Hello, everybody, on this beautiful sunny day in Montauk, New York. If you've ever been to Montauk, you know this place is more than just a beach town or a destination. It's an experience, place to make memories and enjoy some beautiful nature. I know you're probably intrigued by the title of this video, but we'll get to that in a second. Let me introduce a couple of local attractions first. Mission by President George Washington, 1792. Lighthouse is an iconic place to visit. Camp Hero was initially commissioned by U.S. Army in 1942. There were 3 gun batteries altogether and a radar. 2 batteries of 2 16-inch guns each. Here's the picture of one of them, and another battery of 2 6-inch guns. All 3 batteries consisted mainly of a large concrete bunker covered with earth, containing ammunition magazines and fire control equipment. There were also a number of other structures and buildings on the base. Montauk is also famous for its beautiful sandy beaches, and here's some of them over here, and there are plenty of more. I mean, there's so many, so much of a coastline to enjoy here. We're still at Camp Hero Park, and that's what the coastal area of that park looks like. Beautiful. For some reason, I feel like I'm in California. Maybe it's the cliffs, maybe it's the waves and the rocks. Guess what else Montauk is famous for? Well, let's see if we get this right. Just look in this image. Well, in case you guys guessed fishing, you're correct. Yes, Montauk is known to be a fishing capital in the world. We're going to head over to Gosman's Dock, which is outside of the town by the Harbor Marina. It's more on the north side. For those of you who love Netflix and other movie streaming services, there was actually a movie filmed here in 2023. I was going to make you guess, but I'm just going to give it away. The title of the movie, No Hard Feelings, and it's starring Jennifer Lawrence. And they used the location to film the scenes for her main character, Maddie, who worked as a bartender, one of the bars there. Some of the other movies that were filmed here in the past: Sunburn, Fishing with John, Nadja, and The Internal. And there are plenty of places to eat here at Gosman's. Nice seafood. There's an ice cream parlor, actually 2 ice cream parlors. I like this one over here, but one thing to keep in mind, they only accept cash for some reason, so you might, that's something, if you come here to visit, make sure you bring some cash. And there's a nice rooftop restaurant bar here, which is kind of cool to go to as well. And or you could just take a stroll around and just view beautiful scenes and different places. And there's so many places to shop here. I mean, for those of you who love shopping, I mean, you gotta find some cool stuff here. We always stop by here for at least dinner or maybe some shopping or just a stroll around. When we're in Montauk, there's always something to do here. And there's even a stage here, so I'm sure you can get some nice. So it says Sunday jazz concert. That's kind of cool. They have a nice sense of humor. I guess that's a mermaid. But you can also take a cruise on one of those catamarans, and that seems like a lot of fun. I mean, if you're on vacation or you're driving here for a day, I mean, it starts off from the Montauk Inlet. That's what a lot of the restaurants are actually facing. And it takes you, I don't know how far they take you into the sound on the ocean, but I'm sure they take a decent amount because everybody seems to be happy on that catamaran, so it's probably a lot of fun. If you want to burn some calories, you can try one of those cycle boats. I mean, that seems like a lot of fun. And this is actually one of the biggest sharks they caught around here. Hopefully not too close to the shore. But now let's get back to Montauk. And if you watch the video till the end, you'll know the answer to the question that we had in the title. While Montauk is a part of larger Hampton area, it has a more laid-back surf town vibe. It enjoys a mix of people, from fishermen, surfers, families to people who enjoy nature. The name of Montauk is derived from Montaukett tribe and Algonquian-speaking people who lived there. Montauk has a history as a legendary fishing town. It boasts the largest commercial and recreational fishing fleet in New York State and a major destination for anglers with with reputation for holding the merriest saltwater fishing record. So for those of you who love fishing but have never been to Montauk, I think it's a good place to visit. There are also plenty of resorts here, and we're here in the summer, so it's pretty busy here. I bet you if you come a little later on, like in the off season, it's probably not as busy, it's probably quieter, so you get to enjoy the nature more. But there's plenty of options for you to stay here during the summer. Some of those resorts do close after, I think most of them are open after Labor Day for a certain amount of time, but some of them close later on during like off season, so you want to be mindful. And of course, there's plenty of nightlife, as you can tell. There's restaurants, people enjoy themselves here, and the beach is right behind this building, a restaurant here. It's starting to get a little darker, and the sunset is about to happen. So I think as soon as it gets dark here, the nightlife is actually also in full swing as well. So there are plenty of options for those of you who would like to go to bars and other places. And this town has a lot to offer. So it's not just like a place to enjoy nature, but you also have nightlife, and there's abundance of different restaurants you can enjoy. And I think seafood is probably one of the main things in here, like a lot of other beach towns. But I'm sure they have other, plenty of other dishes here. We even had pizza here one day. I remember it was actually, I've never had pizza with scrambled eggs on top, so it was pretty nice. It was like a breakfast pizza, I guess, but it was pretty good. I mean, we definitely enjoyed it. Montauk nightlife offers a unique blend of a high-energy, trendy spot and laid-back classic dive bars, making it distinct from the formal nightlife found in many parts of the Hamptons. The scene truly comes alive during the summer months, of course, with focus on live music, ocean views, and casual party atmosphere. Some of the places, of course, on the expensive side, there are plenty of options that are more or less expensive and with much more relaxing atmosphere. And now we get to answer the question that was in the title of the video. If you ever been to Montauk, you would notice right away that as you drive in, one building looks totally out of place, and that building is by Carl Fisher Plaza. As you probably guessed, this building was built by a very prominent developer back in the day from Miami, Carl Fisher, and here's his picture right here. And he built a lot of things in Miami. He built his famous place, Fisher Island. He built railroads, and along with many things. His vision for Montauk was to be built similar to Miami, and here's the image what Montauk would have looked like if he completed his project. He built this building as his headquarters, and his plan was to put up more skyscrapers around. And it looks very lonely in this picture, right? Because there was nothing else around when he first started here. But there was a similar building in Miami that looked like that, actually. And again, if he would have completed the project, the entire town of Montauk would have looked like that. He also built Montauk Manor, and he built a surf club with Olympic-sized pool. For that time, was pretty big. And that's his house that he started to build on top of the hill in Montauk. His house is currently owned by Historic Society, and hopefully one day will open up as a museum. His dream was to build Miami North and Montauk, a place for rich to spend their summers at. Pretty much they would spend the winter in Miami and come here for the summer. But unfortunately, due to Great Depression, these plans did not come to fruition. And that's why this building stands here all by itself, lonely in the landscape, and Montauk never became Miami North. And Montauk has another nickname called the Ant, and because it's the very most eastern point of Long Island, or New York State. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. And we got more adventures coming up, so stay tuned. Until next video.